Hi everyone, Diana Rankin here. I wasn't sure if we would get on today or not. We've had thunderstorms rolling through and then we get bright sunshine, which you may see over my shoulder here. It's been an interesting day. Fantastic clouds, really exciting clouds when we have that mixture of sun and storm. So, this is our 36th week of 2020. And this will be for October the 30th through Saturday, September the 5th. Can you believe it? It's September already. I know some people are looking forward to it. I just want to acknowledge the destruction that is going on in the world, not just in the U.S., but certainly want to, for our friends in California, our friends in Peru, our friends in Texas and Louisiana, and those storms which are rolling through other parts of the country. Uh, you you might have listened to my monthly video, and thank you to the gentleman who reminded me that I did tell Texas and Louisiana, watch out, guys, you're going to get it. And I remember Florida and that particular coast, you're going to get it, but not as hard. And that seems to have proven true. And you know, those big predictions like that, I really prefer working with one-on-one with individuals and helping you find your greatness. But hopefully, if they help us stay safe. So there we go. So what are we going to do this weekend, or this week? Excuse me. It is the beginning of a weekend, and I hope you all have a great weekend. Hello, Judith. Good afternoon. So good to see you. Um, we're going these are viewer questions, or a viewer's questions that came in, and it's about sleep and meditation and astral travel. So we're going to get to that. I say that question, but it's really three different questions. We will also get a message for those of you who are new from my book by Phillip. It's the Master's Book of Answers, and as you know, well, or you may not, it's an oracle book, and we just open to any page and we've got our message. And it was fun this week. One of my good clients that I've worked with for a while in coaching, I use my intuition and my psychic abilities to coach people. And that's really my love, to making the big major predictions for the world. Is something I'm not crazy about, but I do that now on the monthly videos. And I'll be getting to that, if not today, tomorrow, and probably tomorrow. So anyway, she said that every time I say left page, she gets it right on. And she said the one time she got the opposite of me, she said, boy, that was a message really that she needed to hear. So I always tell you, tune in and listen to those messages. I want to acknowledge several of you have said to me that on these videos, I glow. Well, thank you. That's very sweet of you to say. What's happening is you're actually reading my aura. You're feeling that energy, that aura of love, and that's what you're picking up on. So you're the one who's really picking up on it. I love it. The other thing I really feel that you're doing is you're seeing Phillip, who's my spirit guide, my major spirit guide. We have several. That's my communicator. And Phillip, I always see Phillip when I see him in a white robe, but mainly just as light. I feel his presence and the energy more than I actually see him. But when I do, it's in the white druid robe, and it's the white energy, the light. I've never seen his face, and in fact, a long time ago, Phillip, when I asked to see his face, he told me I wouldn't like it. So I think maybe I might, as I've grown older, maybe the physical body has come to mean a different thing to me than it did when I was a lot younger. Anyway, let's get on with our questions. And there are three that I'm going to read the questions because they're a little hard to remember for me. So the questions are, number one, how similar are sleeping and dreaming to meditation? And hopefully, by the way, hopefully we'll be able to stay on. I think it's sunshine is out now, but I'm still hearing a lot of thunder. And as I say, we've had some really interesting storms roll through, but nothing like the flooding that's going on and the horrific hurricanes that ran through Texas and Louisiana, and nothing like California's getting. We're getting lightning storms, but it's not causing the problems that California's getting. So anyway, back to Philip's question. I divert. How similar are sleeping and dreaming to meditation? Number one. Number two, I know sleep is necessary because the body becomes tired, but is it also so our spirit can relax or be free of the physical for time as well? And number three, sleep paralysis experience, which leads to out of the body experiences. Stressful for a writer to snap out and causes panic when unable to move. Is there a spiritual aspect to this? And also, is there a gentle and quick way to reconnect with the body? And we're going to talk about all of this over the next few minutes. So here we go. Give me just a second here. Okay. Had to pick up the pen. I'm sorry. I saw a missing comma. As a writer and an editor, that drives me crazy. You would think I would let it go, right? Okay, so here's Philip's response. Those of you who are writers and editors understand. Okay, Philip says, let us begin with the first question. And that question, I'm going to remind you, is how similar are sleeping and dreaming to meditation? Philip says, to answer this question, we refer to the human brain. There are similar brain waves in light sleep and a deep meditation. Now that this is out of the way, let us concentrate on purpose, for they are not the same. Yes, the body needs sleep to regenerate, as has been acknowledged. The mind also needs rest, which is processed via the brain when in the deep stages of delta waves. Meditation serves the purpose of clearing the mind or to create more awareness. Both bring about calmness. Sleep may or may not bring about calmness. It does, however, allow the conscious mind to calm, which allows dreams and visions to occur. You may have a dream that is merely clearing away the day's occurrences. You may have a vision that helps guide your life, or you may have a visitation from a loved one in spirit world who cannot reach you when you are awake in full consciousness because your thoughts are too full or they are not adequate to receiving the information. Visions may come to those who have practiced meditation, but this is not the purpose of meditation. Visions and visitations in the dream time differ from dreams in that there is clarity. The dreamer is experiencing the vision or visitation in real time. I want to just stop there for a minute because I want to tell you my experience. When I have a dream, it's like crazy, and who knows what else is going to happen in that dream. And if I stop and think about it, it's giving me messages, it's giving me information, but it also may just be a clearing, just things I had to get off my mind from the day. Whereas if I travel to a school, for example, or if I have a visitation from someone, it's very real. And I'm very aware of what's happening. It's like I'm there. And that for me is the difference. The dream time is just kind of crazy stuff coming through. Whereas a visitation is I'm very aware of that person who's visiting, who's with me. If it's a traveling, I'm very aware. I'm there. I'm just there. And everything is happening. Okay. Hope that helps a little bit. Philip goes on to say, those who experience sleep paralysis are being protected. Or to be more precise, the body is being protected while the person travels. This is under the category of visions. We will distinguish between traveling and non-traveling visions. In non-traveling visions, the spirit of the human stays with the body and the gift of a vision is given. When the spirit leaves the body, it may go to school to learn. That's one, may go to school to learn. It may go It may visit another dimension or planet, again to learn, but also to regenerate. The regeneration often is with a human who is from a planet other than Earth. A traveling vision may be to meet with the individual's council of elders, those who help guide them on their human journey. They may also travel to receive a gift, such as a key to knowledge you once received, or to visit their soul's journey record. That would be the Askank records, Akashic records that we talk about. The biggest danger to these journeys is that the human may find them so pleasurable they wish to not return to the body. That's not good. There are also those who have unpleasant journeys, which may frighten them as they are led by fear rather than love. We will explain more momentarily, but first we want to suggest people do not astral travel for the fun of it. Either allow it to take place naturally or work to develop with a very qualified teacher. The mind is vast and capable of much darkness as well as light. This said, let us specifically address the third question of how to avoid fear when feeling the paralysis. We suggest for those who experience this a simple and heartfelt prayer before sleep that reminds the consciousness they are protected and travel only in love. And that's, those who spontaneously travel and become aware of it, you never know when it's going to happen. So say a prayer every night before you go to sleep that if you are to travel this evening anywhere, you go with your guides, you go with your protectors, your angels. You're perfectly safe to do so. The fear comes from the human consciousness coming into awareness before the spirit is fully integrated back into the body. Calm the consciousness with reminders of love. Think love. Call in the protector, an angel or spirit guide. Become aware of the breath before you become aware of the limbs. Allow consciousness of the body to come slowly. If the vision was pleasant, guide the consciousness there. Whenever I am aware of being, of traveling, of being taken to school or whatever to be given information, I've never had the experience of the paralysis myself. I do know people who have, and I understand the difficulty of this. And when I come back, I'm very aware of the experience. And so I usually am still lying still, going over the experience in my mind. And perhaps that's why I'm not even aware of any paralysis. And it could still be there. I'm just not aware because I'm caught in that. What happened? Where did I go? What did I learn? What was I given? And I usually wake up feeling refreshed and feeling pretty good. So that might have something to do with it too. But remember, the consciousness is where the fear is. And so there is fear or there is love. You don't have to feel, we can experience love, and that will always win over fear. So as much as you can, bring your conscious mind into a place of love. Phillip goes on to say, those who find the returning fearful may choose to ask themselves why. They may learn they need to bring more joy into their human existence. They may also find that in another life experience, they abuse the astral travel, and that needs to be corrected in this life. So, if our own lives aren't full of joy, we need to change that. And we're in a period of time that joy is not the easiest thing to find. I remind you, though, I do have a book. And for those of you who have any of my books or have recently purchased them, thank you so much. Here's a book for you right there. They're all available on Amazon. That'll help you create more joy in your life, but you got to do the work. Phillip goes on to say, whatever the reason it is, the fear that will only grow if pushed aside rather than being replaced with love. So whenever in our conscious mind, whenever we feel fear, we can't just any feeling that we don't like, fear, grief, anger, We can't just push it aside. We actually have to replace it with love. And, when we start feeling anger, we can replace that as well any emotion that's going to be non-life affirming and hurt us. There is much to be learned and nothing to fear from these travels. Go in love, Phillip says. It is that simple and yet so difficult for humans to obtain. The secret is merely to let go. Unlike your human self, your spirit self is pure love. Phillip has taught me there's a difference between spirit and soul. Soul is that experience. The soul has experienced every single life that we've had. And so woven into our soul are all these different experiences of all the different lives that we've lived through. Whereas the spirit that's what we are. We are pure spirit. We are also, the soul, of course, but being just that pure spirit. The soul moves in and out. It stays with the spirit, but it also it's like it can move into the human body. The spirit does too. I know the distinction is difficult to get, but just remember the spirit is pure love. And that's all it is. It's pure love. And that's who we really are. Whereas the soul contains all experience, love as well as non-love. Hopefully that helps a little bit. Let's just get the message, shall we? It's a Friday afternoon, and it's a little bit later than usual, and I had to wait a little bit because of the storms. So here we go. Think left page or right page as I flip through here, and I'm thinking right page. And the right page says, to think is to create. Now, if you got right page, you got the message. Your intuition's right in there. If you got the left page, then this is a message for you. Life responds to you as you believe it will. Life responds to you as you believe it will. That's your personal message if you got left. If you got right, you're right there with the rest of us. To think is to create. Oh, my friends, I can't tell you how important those words are. To think is to create. We are living in a time that we have to create love. This is not an easy time. I lived through Watergate. I'm 74. I've told you that over and over and over again. I'm still trying to believe it myself, I think. And this is harder than Watergate. I lived through the 60s. This is harder than the 60s. We are going through this major world change, this major transformation. And it's up to each of us who can produce love, who do know we have to bring love into the world to do that. And we do that with the simplest of acts, smiling at each other. Does this mean we don't hold boundaries? Absolutely. I think we confuse love with niceness. And I always say, don't be nice. That's mushy. Don't be nice. Be kind. Be loving. Yes, we hold the feet to the fire of those who are hurting others. It's not about walking past, seeing somebody getting hurt and saying, oh, that's their karma. No, it's our responsibility, to keep us safe if possible, either call for help or walk over there and break it up. And I've been known to walk it over there and break it up while somebody else was calling for help. I'm not suggesting that we do that. I'm not suggesting that if it's wrong for you to go out and march with the protesters. What I'm suggesting is balance. And in this life, we need both warriors and peacemakers. And we need the balance of both. So whatever your role in the world, whether you're a warrior or a peacemaker or both, I always say I'm the power of the shaman and the mystic of the spirit, and the mystic and the grace of the spirit of the mystic. Power of the shaman and grace of the mystic. Phew. Anyway, my friends, I love you. We're all doing fine here, the four-legged ones and the two-legged ones, and we thank you for receiving our love. We thank you, Judith, for being with us today. We thank you for coming every week again and again and for passing the word around to your friends, so we can grow. My friends, I will see you on the monthly, which I'll get done probably tomorrow, if not later this evening. Uh, Partly depends on the weather. So I thank you until next week or until the monthly. Take care, be safe, and stay in love. Bye, my friends. I gotta find the mouse now to end the stream, don't I?